No, but for things changes to the actually. No. There are some things that we city manager.
I think so.
Thank you.
But I can see. Oh,
That's the opportunity. As you could say, oh yeah, my back there.
Mr. Mayor, it's time.
I'd like to call this regular meeting of the mayor and council of the city of Douglas, Arizona for November 13th, 2024. We're starting at 6:06 PM. We appreciate your patience with us as we're having some construction done at the council chambers at City Hall. So that's why we're here tonight. And as you know, when you're out of your house, sometimes things don't go as smoothly. So, but we're up and going and we're ready to go. If you please join me in standing for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing while an invocation is offered by our council member Ray Shelton.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Our most loving and gracious Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for this country. We thank you for the city of Douglas. We just pray now that you would be with our country at this time, that we could come together and heal, and that your will be done as far as our country goes. We thank you for your love and we thank you for your goodness. Just be with us now as we go through this city council meeting and establish rules and regulations and do other procedures that need to be done. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, Mr. Shelton. Item number 4, roll call please.
Mayor Donald Hewish,
Here.
Mayor Pro Tempore Margaret Morales. Present. Councilmember Jose Montaño, Councilmember Dania Acosta, Councilmember Ray Shelton,
Present.
Councilmember Michael Valdenegro,
Present.
Councilmember Richard Acosta,
Present.
City Manager Ana Urquijo, City Attorney Dennis Fitzgibbons,
Present.
City Treasurer Luis Pedrosa.
Present.
Thank you. And Mr. Mayor, for the record, Councilmember Jose Montaño, Councilmember Dania Acosta, and City Manager Ana Urquijo are excused.
Thank you very much. Item number 5, reading of proclamations. The first one is Veterans Day proclamation, and I'd like to thank Mr. Baldenegro for reading this at a special ceremony that this past Monday for Veterans Day, I was unable to attend, and our resident veteran, who we're very proud of, Mr. Baldenegro, took that honor to be able to read that. Thank you, Mr. Baldenegro, for doing that. Also, in honor of Veterans Day, I've asked Mayor Pro Tem Margaret Morales to read this on behalf of her late husband, Henry. Morales, please.
Thank you, Mayor. Proclamation. Whereas each year on November 11th, we pay tribute to the courageous men and women of the United States Armed Forces who have served and sacrificed to protect the freedoms and values we cherish. And whereas our veterans have served and continue to serve at home and around the world, the words of the first proclamation in 1954 by President Dwight D. Eisenhower still ring true. Let us solemnly remember the sacrifices of all those who fought valiantly on the seas, in the air, and on foreign shores to preserve our heritage and freedom, and let us consecrate ourselves to the task of promoting an enduring peace so that their efforts shall not have been in vain. And whereas our veterans represent the highest ideals of patriotism, dedication, and honor, serving selflessly to uphold the Constitution and promote justice worldwide, while facing challenges both on and beyond the battlefield. And whereas it is through their caring of family, friends, God, and country, they display the ultimate courage that makes our nation the home of the brave and the land of the free. And whereas the city of Douglas, Arizona, a Purple Heart city, along with the rest of the nation, is forever indebted to our veterans for their quiet courage and exemplary service. We are proud to recognize veterans and extend our appreciation to those who have worn and wear the uniforms of the United States Armed Forces. Now, therefore, be it resolved that Donald C. Hewish, Mayor, and on behalf of the council, do hereby proclaim November 11th, 2024 as Veterans Day, and urge all citizens to join in honoring and remembering the service of our veterans. Let us show our deepest respect and gratitude to these brave men and women who have faithfully served our country and continue to be symbols of resilience, strength, and dedication. I call upon local citizens to display the flag of the United States and to support and participate in patriotic activities in the community. I invite civic and fraternal organizations, places of worship, schools, businesses, unions, and the media, and all citizens to support this national observance with commemorative expressions and programs. In witness whereof, Mayor Hewish has hereunto set his hand and caused the seal of the city of Douglas to be affixed this 8th day of November, 2024.
Thank you, Mrs. Morales. And again, on behalf of the council and all our staff at the city of Douglas, we are eternally grateful to all the veterans for their service and for their continued love for our country. And I'd like to give them a round of applause. Item number 5B, a proclamation regarding Small Business Saturday. Whereas the city of Douglas, Arizona celebrates our local small businesses and the contributions they make to our local economy and community. And whereas according to the United States Small Business Administration, there are 33.2 million small businesses in the United States. Small businesses represent 99.9% of firms with paid employees. Small businesses are responsible for 17.3 million new jobs created since 1995. And small businesses employ 46.4% of the employees in the private sector in the United States. And whereas 68 cents of every dollar spent at a small business in the United States stays in the local community, and every dollar spent at small businesses creates an additional 48 cents in local business activity as a result of employees and local businesses purchasing local goods and services. And whereas 59% of US consumers aware of Small Business Saturday shopped or ate at a small independently owned retailer or restaurant on Small Business Saturday 2023. And whereas the city of Douglas, Arizona supports our local businesses that create jobs, boost our local economy, and preserve our community. And whereas advocacy groups, as well as public and private organizations across the country, have endorsed the Saturday after Thanksgiving as Small Business Saturday. Now therefore be it resolved that I, Donald C. Hewish, Mayor, and on behalf of the City of Douglas Council, do hereby proclaim November 30, 2024 as Small Business Saturday, and urge the residents of our community and communities across the country to support small businesses and merchants on Small Business Saturday and throughout the years. And I'd like to thank all the many small businesses that we have in Douglas and appreciate their resiliency and their efforts. We have a few of them here, one in the back and 2 and 3. We truly appreciate your efforts, and I would love to honor you this day. Thank you. Item number 6, persons wishing to address the council in writing or verbally on any item not on the agenda. Sandra, do we have anyone this evening?
We do not, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Item number 7, discussion decision on approval of consent agenda items. Items A, expenditures for the month of October 2024 totaling $2,524,268.62. B, meeting minutes for October 9, 2024. C, Arizona Border Alliance Community Funding Program request for fiscal year 2025. Item D, Gordian Construction Contract Approval for Council Chamber Dais Replacement Project. Item E, bid award to PACE for effluent study. Item F, bid award to Enterprise Automation for the Supervisory Control and Data Acquisitions or SCADA system. And item G, regretfully, Industrial Development Authority Chair resignation of Patrick Sheridan effective November 7th, 2024. May I have a motion regarding the consent agenda, please?
Mayor,
Yes, please, Ms. Morales.
I move that mayor and council approve consent agenda items A through G as presented.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion by Mrs. Morales, second by Mr. Shelton to approve the consent agenda items as presented. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Shelton,
Yes.
Councilmember Valdenegro,
Yes.
Councilmember Richard Acosta,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tempore Morales,
Yes.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes, motion carries. Item number 8, presentation of awards. Item A, recognition to Patrick Sheridan for 15 years of volunteerism. Appointed IDA Director on July 8, 2009. And that was back when he was 22 years old, by the way. And elected IDA President on June 9, 2015. Mr. Sheridan, we're honored to have you such a willing and participant in to help the city go forward. And we'd like to present this small token of appreciation, this plaque of recognition. If you wouldn't mind coming forward, Mr. Shelton, Mr. Sheridan, I'd love to give this to you.
Actually, I didn't resign. I retired.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go right over here so the county can also work out. Item number B, Certificate of Achievement for Excellence in Financial Reporting for the fiscal year 2023 audit. We'd like to invite the entire finance staff that's here with us this evening to come forward to receive this this honor in our financial reporting. I'm not sure how many years in a row that is, but it's quite a few.
More than.
More than we can remember.
515, Mayor.
Thank you. Item number 9, discuss and decision on the following items. Item A. Second reading of ordinance number 24-1200. An ordinance of the mayor and council of the city of Douglas, Cochise County, Arizona, authorizing the acceptance of donated real property from James Gary W. and Shelley James Judy Living Family Trust, consisting of assessors parcel number APN 409-06-018N in the city of Douglas, establishing severability of components of ordinance and establishing an effective date thereof. Ms. Gonzalez, please.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, members of the council. James Gary W. and Shelley James Judy Living Family Trust owns the parcel formerly identified as APN 409-06-018N, part of which is visibly what should be a street and or public right-of-way. Judy Shelley James recently completed a parcel split and broke the parcel up into 3 separate parcels, wishing to donate one of the newly created parcels to the city of Douglas. With assessor parcel number 409-06-018N. This parcel is located on 9th Street, west of Pan American Avenue to North Chiricahua Road. The staff is recommending approval to receive the donation from the James Family Trust.
Thank you, Ms. Gonzalez. May I have a motion regarding the ordinance?
Mayor,
Yes, please, Ms. Morales.
I move that mayor and council approve the second reading of ordinance number 24-1200 by number and title only.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion by Mrs. Morales, second by Mr. Valdenegro to approve the second reading of ordinance number 24-1200. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Yes.
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 Yes, motion carries. Item number 9B, discussion decision on a second reading of ordinance number 24-1201. An ordinance of the mayor and council of the city of Douglas, Cochise County, Arizona, amending the Douglas zoning code. Article 3, general provisions, section 310, conditional uses, and Article 5, schedule of district regulations, section 501, single-family residence relating to accessory dwelling units, incorporating the recitals by reference, setting forth definitions, establishing fines and penalties for violations, providing for enforcement, providing for the repeal of conflicting ordinances, establishing severability of components of ordinance, and establishing an effective date thereof. Ms. Gomez, please.
Thank you, Mayor and council members. Planning and zoning had a meeting on October 3rd, and we had the first reading last month. The House Bill 2720 proposes prohibiting municipalities from restricting the use or advertisement of single-family accessory dwelling units. The bill also prohibits imposing additional parking requirements, design standards such as excessive setbacks and requiring on public street improvements. Currently for accessory dwelling units, the city has the condition that they must be smaller in size than the principal use structure and must meet the setbacks listed in the SFR zoning code. With the new House bill, it would prohibit us from setting setbacks of over 5 feet.
Thank you, Ms. Gomez. May I have a motion regarding the second reading of the ordinance?
Mayor,
Yes, please, Ms. Morales.
I move that mayor and council approve the second reading of ordinance number 24-1201 by number and title only.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion by Ms. Morales, second by Mr. Shelton to approve the second reading of ordinance number 24-1201 by number and title only. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Yes.
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 Yes, motion carries. Item number 9C, discussion decision on second reading of ordinance number 24-1202. An ordinance of the mayor and council of the city of Douglas, Cochise County, Arizona, amending the Douglas Municipal Code Title 6, Chapter 6.16, providing for restrictions on maintaining fowl within the city, providing for repeal of conflicting ordinances, establishing severability of components of ordinance, and establishing an effective date thereof. Ms. Gomez, please.
Thank you. So this is the second reading of ordinance 24-1202 to amend the municipal code Title 6 on restricting of fowl within the city. The proposal is addressing dangerous or prohibited animals with the emphasis on the maintenance of fowl. The House Bill 23-2025 establishes that municipalities cannot enact laws preventing residents from homes on 1.5 acres or less from keeping up to 6 fowl. This is an increase of 2 from our current code. It also has other restrictions and definitions such as enclosures, setting them specifically to the rear or side of the yard, and they have to be positioned at least 20 feet away from neighboring properties. The enclosures themselves cannot exceed 200 square feet, and they must be a maximum of 8 feet in height.
Thank you, Ms. Gomez. May I have a motion regarding the second reading of the ordinance?
Mayor,
Yes, please, Ms. Morales.
I move that mayor and council approve the second reading of ordinance number 24-1202 by number and title only.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion by Ms. Morales, second by Mr. Shelton to approve the second reading of ordinance number 24-1202 on second reading by number and title only. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Yes.
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 Yes, motion carries. Item number 9D, discussion decision on first reading of ordinance number 24-1203. An ordinance of the mayor and council of the city of Douglas, Cochise County, Arizona, rezoning a 0.15 acre parcel of land within Douglas lots 21 and 22, block 96, 11th Street and F Avenue, from general commercial to multifamily residential, MFR, and amending the official zoning district map, establishing severability of components of ordinance and establishing an effective date thereof. Ms. Gomez, please.
Thank you. So planning and zoning met on November 7th and recommended approval for the rezone of parcel 4090390 located on lots 21 and 22 of block 96. The rezone would be to change from general commercial to multifamily. The current parcel has not had a commercial use for over 14 years, and they're looking to rezone to a more appropriate use. They've been using it as residential for the past 14 years. And it wouldn't qualify under the current overlays, whether it's the mixed use or the general commercial, it wouldn't qualify. So that's the reason for the rezone. And it also aligns with the general plan's goals and providing sufficient range and opportunities for safe, decent, and affordable housing. And it supports the concise neighborhoods to meet current and future use of Douglas residents.
Thank you very much. I have a motion regarding the placement of the ordinance, please.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Mr. Shelton, please.
I move the mayor and council approve the placement of ordinance number 24-1203 on its first reading by number and title only.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion by Mr. Shelton, second by Mr. Baldanegro to approve the placement of ordinance number 24-1203 on its first reading by number and title only. Any questions or comments?
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, please, Ms. Morales.
just wanted to clarify, if you could just state for the record and for clarification, what business was there before? And
It was Suso's,
So and so.
so-and-so's. So it was a tailoring and dry cleaning business, dry cleaning and sewing machine tailoring business.
And Mrs. Keel is here, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, the property owner is here if you have any questions for her also.
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments from the council? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Councilmember Shelton?
Yes.
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 Yes, motion carries.
For the mayor and council of the city of Douglas, Cochise County, Arizona, rezoning 0.15-acre parcel of land within Douglas lots 21 and 22, lot 96, 11th Street and F Avenue, from general commercial GC to multifamily residential MFR, and amending the official zoning district map, establishing several related components of ordinance and establishing an effective date thereof.
Thank you. We have a motion regarding the approval of the first reading of the ordinance.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, please, Mr. Shelton.
I move the mayor and council approve the first reading of ordinance number 24-1203 and place it on its second reading by number and title only.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion by Mr. Shelton, second by Mr. Baldanegro to approve the first reading of ordinance number 24-1203 and place it on its second reading by number and title only. Any other questions or comments come to mind? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Councilmember Shelton?
Yes.
Councilmember Baldanero?
Yes.
Councilmember
Yes.
Yes.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes, motion carries.
An ordinance of the mayor and council of the city of Douglas, Cochise County, Arizona, rezoning a 0.15-acre parcel of land within Douglas lots 21 and 22, block 96, and 11th Street and F Avenue, from general commercial GC to multifamily residential MFR, and amending the official zoning district map, establishing several related components of ordinance and establishing an effective date thereof.
Thank you. Item number 9E, discussion decision on first reading of ordinance number 24-1204. An ordinance of the mayor and council of the city of Douglas, Cochise County, Arizona, rezoning a 2.66 acre parcel of land located at 1120 15th Street and 1151 16th Street with legal description of McGuire Olive Block 7-04 LV 50 commercial from multifamily residential MFR to general commercial GC, and amending the official zoning district map, establishing severability of components of ordinance and establishing an effective date thereof. Ms. Gomez, please.
Thank you. So planning and zoning met on November 7th as well and recommended approval for parcel number 410-17-001. You guys would most commonly know it. It's on it's the Chiricahua Pediatric Clinic. And they're seeking a rezone, since they're going to buy the lot from Douglas Unified School Districts, and they would like to continue the use of the pediatric clinic. The proposed rezone aligns with Douglas's goals in advancing commercial increase in land development and usage. It also reflects the evolving development land patterns that we're seeing in the area, as well as accommodating the commercial use of the vicinity. In the general plan, it's listed as a commercial corridor. It also aligns with other developments such as expanding essential healthcare services and enhancing the area's economic viability through a blend of commercial and community-oriented goals.
Thank you, Ms. Gomez. We have a motion regarding the placement of the ordinance, please.
Mayor,
Yes, please, Mr. Acosta.
I move that the mayor and council approve the placement of ordinance number 24-1204 on its first reading by number and title only.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion by Mr. Acosta, second by Mr. Baldenegro to approve the placement of ordinance number 24-1204 on its first reading by number and title only. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Councilmember Shelton,
Yes.
Councilmember Valdenegro.
Yes.
Councilmember Richard Acosta.
Yes.
Councilmember Morales.
Yes.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, motion carries.
ordinance of the mayor and council of the city of Douglas, Cochise County, Arizona, rezoning a 2.66 acre parcel of land located at 1120 15th Street and 1151 16th Street, with legal description of required all of lot 7-04 LB 550, commercial, from multi-family residential MFR to general commercial GC, and amending the official zoning district unit established in Sarasota components of ordinance and establishing an effective date thereof.
Thank you. May I have a motion regarding the approval of the first reading?
Mayor,
Yes, please.
I move that the mayor and council approve the first reading of ordinance number 24-1204 and place it on its second reading by number and title only.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion by Mr. Baldenegro, second by Mr. Acosta to approve the first reading of ordinance number 24-1204 and place it on its second reading by number and title only. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Councilmember Shelton,
Yes.
Councilmember Valdenegro.
Yes.
Councilmember Richard Acosta.
Yes.
Councilmember Morales.
Yes.
Yes, motion carries.
Council of the city of Douglas, Cochise County, Arizona, rezoning a 2.66 acre parcel of land located at 1120 15th Street and 1151 16th Street, with legal description of require all of lot 7-04 LB 50, commercial, from multi-family residential MFR to general commercial GC, and amending the official zoning district map established in Sarasota components of ordinance and establishing an effective date thereof.
Thank you. Item number 9F, discussion decision on resolution number 24-1639. A resolution of the mayor and council of the city of Douglas, Cochise County, Arizona, authorizing the entry into an intergovernmental agreement, IGA, with the city of Bisbee to provide public transit services through the established Douglas Transit Program, authorizing the taking of all other actions necessary to the consummation of the transactions contemplated by this resolution. Ms. Gonzalez, please.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, members of the council. Since 2015, City of Bisbee has contracted with the City of Douglas to provide public transit services to Bisbee in the form of operating the Bisbee bus. The previous IGA has expired, and we are proposing the new IGA to run from October 1, 2024 to September 30, 2026. It is a 2-year agreement, and within this IGA approval, the city would continue to furnish bus drivers, dispatching, produce agency required reporting, and overall management of the bus system. Both cities benefit from this contract, where sharing of resources has brought efficiencies to both communities. Staff is recommending approval.
Thank you. May I have a motion regarding the resolution, please?
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, please, Mr. Shelton.
I move the mayor and council approve resolution number 24-1639.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion by Mr. Shelton, second by Mr. Baldenero to approve resolution number 24-1639. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Councilmember Shelton.
Yes.
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 Mr. Mayor,
Yes, motion carries. Item number 9G, discussion decision on resolution number 24-1640. A resolution of the mayor and council of the city of Douglas, Cochise County, Arizona, authorizing the city of Douglas to ratify a purchasing cooperative agreement with the state of Arizona. Mr. Martinez.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, members of the council. The staff is requesting ratification of the agreement with the Arizona State Purchasing Cooperative Agreement. This agreement provides the city access to favorable pricing and streamlined procurement processes for goods and services through the state's cooperative purchasing program. This agreement was last ratified and signed on October 2018 and requires renewal.
Thank you, Mr. Martinez. May I have a motion regarding the resolution?
Mayor,
Yes, please, Mr. Boanerges.
I move that the mayor and council approve resolution number 24-1640.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion by Mr. Boanerges, second by Mr. Acosta to approve resolution number 24-1640. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Councilmember Shelton?
Yes.
Councilmember Valdonego?
Yes.
Yes.
Councilmember Morales?
Yes.
Yes, motion carries. Item number 9H, discussion decision on resolution number 24-1641. A resolution of the mayor and council of the city of Douglas, Cochise County, Arizona, approving the City of Douglas Community Development Block Grant, CDBG, annual action plan with substantial amendment for fiscal year 2023. Ms. Gonzalez, please.
Good evening again, Mr. Mayor, members of the council. As a CDBG entitlement community, the city of Douglas is required to prepare and submit to HUD for approval the consolidated plan every 5-year cycle, as well as an annual action plan for every year of that cycle. The annual action plan for fiscal year 23 was previously approved by mayor and council and submitted and approved by HUD. However, we are proposing to reallocate the funds for fiscal year 23, which requires a substantial amendment, which must also be approved and submitted to HUD for review and approval. The reallocation of funds will go from sewer improvements previously recommended for North Rogers Avenue towards public facility improvements at Veterans Park to put a roof over the structures at the 8th Street Pool. Staff is recommending approval.
Thank you, Ms. Gonzalez. May I have a motion regarding the resolution?
Mayor,
Yes, please.
I move that the mayor and council approve resolution number 24-1641.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion by Mr. Boanerges, second by Ms. Morales to approve resolution number 24-1641. Any questions or comments? By way of the record, we held a public hearing before this meeting at the City Hall, because that's the way it was advertised. And discussion was the same as far as this change. Thank you. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Shelton?
Yes.
Councilmember Valdonego?
Yes.
Councilmember Acosta?
Yes.
Councilmember Morales?
Yes.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes, motion carries. Item number 9I, discussion decision on resolution number 24-1642. A resolution of the mayor and council of the city of Douglas, Cochise County, Arizona, ratifying and granting a utility easement with a revised legal description to the Arizona Public Service Company for installation and maintenance of electric lines, together with appurtenant, it's a new word for me.
Pertinent? Pertinent?
Pertinent, thank you. Facilities and fixtures, you engineers. Fixtures over part of city-owned parcel numbers 408-34-008B to service a temporary well site and new commercial port of entry, and authorizing the city manager to execute all necessary documents. Ms. Moore, please.
Mayor, members of the city council, you had seen this resolution previously on August 14th. We adopted an easement for APS to help supply temporary power to the new port of entry. Following the meeting, however, APS discovered they needed to revise the easement, that there was not a sufficient distance between the new power poles and the existing border patrol lights that exist along the border. So they have been under construction, but we need to ratify this revised dedication easement to allow those poles to be permanently placed in their position on our property. They will also need to get revised easements approved by the other landowners in the area, including the county and U.S. Fish and Wildlife. And with that, I'll take any questions.
Thank you very much, Ms. Moore. May I have a motion regarding the resolution?
Mayor,
Ms. Morales, please.
I move that mayor and council approve resolution number 24-1642.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion by Ms. Morales, second by Mr. Shelton to approve resolution number 24-1642. Any questions or comments?
Mayor?
Yes, please.
Ms. Moore, The poles that you're referring to, will they go along Border Road or will they go?
Yes.
Border Patrol Station on up to border, to the new port of entry?
Yes, so the existing APS lines go down Kings Highway, but they don't go to the west toward the new port of entry. And so this new temporary power will extend them to the west along that easement along the border. I didn't say that the right way. Adjacent to the easement along the border. It's not in their easement. Obviously, we have to do our own easement. But it will extend the power to the new port of entry. We do have the well site out there that we put in for the temporary water. And they expect to get under construction and they would like, in a fixed power supply there. So this power will help with the construction and also with our well site.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Valderego. Anyone else? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Councilmember Shelton?
Yes.
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 Mr. Mayor?
Yes, motion carries. Item number 9J, discussing decision on resolution number 24-1643. A resolution of the mayor and council of the city of Douglas, Cochise County, Arizona, authorizing the scope of work for engineering design services from Carollo Engineers in the amount of $205,792 to design, prepare bid documents, and construct well 18 for future water supply, and authorizing the city manager to execute all necessary documents. Ms. Moore, please.
Mayor, members of the city council, this design is to help increase our water production. As you can read in the background, we had previously looked at a different site to drill a brand new well, and that well was to be located at 25th Street and A Avenue. But with the adoption of the new AMA, when we got into the process of trying to get approval to drill, we discovered that there was an existing well adjacent and that it would have an impact theoretically on that existing well. We were not able to get the property owner to waive this impact. And so we had to look at different options to build a new well 18. We had acquired some funding from WIFA to help increase our water production. And so with the AMA in place, we looked at areas where we could possibly take one of our existing well sites that wasn't producing very much water because of the depth of the existing well, and trying to dig what they call a replacement well. So it's not in the same shaft as the existing well, it's going to be slightly adjacent. Once we dig the new well, and if it's producing, we will then not use the previous well. In this case, well 11 was recommended by our hydrogeologist as the most likely candidate, where we could dig a better production well, get that production increased. And then once this new well is in place, it would be called well 18. So well 11 would be put out of service at that time. And so this is the first step in that to get a design started to, move the pipes, get the well designed so that we can start putting that into place to get more production. And with that, I'll take any questions.
Thank you, Ms. Moore. May I have a motion regarding the resolution, please?
Mayor,
Yes, please, Mr. Valderego.
I move that the mayor and council approve resolution number 24-1643.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion by Mr. Valderego, second by Mr. Shelton to approve resolution number 24-1643. Any questions or comments?
Mayor, I have a question.
Yes, please, Mr. Valderego.
Ms. Moore, right now, the current, when it was first built, it was 320 gallons per minute. Do we know what it's producing now? Well, 11?
Yeah, so what happens when we try to activate well 11 is very quickly, it goes into pulling up air within a few hours. So it's doing what they call cavitating, and it's just because the depth of the well is not sufficient to get enough water to pull up. And so, yes, there's a well there, and yes, we have a pump, but we can't run it for more than a couple of hours without it really drawing down too much to be of use. And so the hope is this new well will be sufficiently deeper that we'll be able to run that well to increase our production. And it'll be at the same location as, if you know where those two water towers are on 15th Street, that's the location.
I have another question.
Yes, please, Mr. Baldonado.
The well that's in front of the library, just south of the library, the high school, or east of the. So what, is that dormant or,
I
Yes.
believe so. I'd have to check with water, but I do believe it's not being used at this time.
okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Baldonado. Anyone else? You know, I'd like to emphasize for the record that we're trying to get ahead of the game and make sure that we're ready for the anticipated growth, and this is one of the ways to do that. And we appreciate staff for looking into that and being proactive on that front. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Member Shelton.
Yes.
Member Blankenhorn.
Yes.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Morales.
Yes.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes, motion carries. Item number 9K, discussion decision on resolution number 24-1644. A resolution of the mayor and council of the city of Douglas, Cochise County, Arizona, authorizing the city of Douglas to enter into a memorandum of understanding, MOU, with the Arizona Border Alliance, ABA, in support of the Environmental and Climate Justice Community Charge Grants Program through the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, Office of Environmental Justice and External Civil Rights, OEJECR. Ms. Villalobos, please.
Good evening, Mayor, members of the council. This memorandum seeks the approval of the mayor and council to adopt a resolution authorizing the city of Douglas to enter into an MOU with the Arizona Border Alliance, ABA, to jointly apply for the Environmental and Climate Justice Community Change Grants Program through the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency's Office of Environmental Justice and External Civil Rights. This grant program will enable the city to address critical environmental and climate justice issues, enhance community health, and advance sustainability issues. Additionally, this grant program will allow us to apply for the necessary water and wastewater infrastructure needed for the new commercial port of entry, and we'll also couple that with green infrastructure projects throughout the city of Douglas. And with that, I can take any questions.
Thank you, Ms. Villalobos. May I have a motion regarding the resolution, please?
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, please, Mr. Costa.
I move that the mayor and council approve resolution number 24-1644.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion by Mr. Costa, second by Mr. Shelton to approve resolution number 24-1644. Any questions or comments, please? I'd like to publicly thank the ABA, the Arizona Border Alliance. We have Ms. Alex Boneo here who represents them tonight. We appreciate the partnership. This is a key opportunity for us to be able to close the gap on funding for our infrastructure out for the new commercial port of entry. And so it's very important, and we appreciate this partnership. And hopefully we can continue to partner with many other things to help improve our city. So thank you. Anyone else? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Councilmember Shelton.
Yes.
Councilmember Blankenhorn.
Yes.
Councilmember Acosta.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Morales.
Yes.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes, motion carries. Item number 9L, discussion decision on resolution number 24-1645, a resolution of the mayor and council of the city of Douglas, Cochise County, Arizona, authorizing the execution of an intergovernmental agreement between the city of Douglas and Cochise County regarding efforts to design and construct the connector road for the commercial land port of entry in Douglas, Arizona. Mr. Pedrosa, please.
Good evening, Mayor, members of council. The city and the county are partnering under this IGA to collaborate in designing and constructing the connector road for the new commercial port of entry from the new commercial port to State Route 80. With this IGA, the city and the county agreed to a coordinated and collaborative effort using state and federal partners to design and construct a new connector road. The city would pledge the grant already awarded by the state of Arizona in the amount of $8.17 million towards any aspects of the project. Specifically, the county recently applied for a federal MPDG grant in the amount of $43 million for the connector road. And the city also pledged the $8.17 million awarded from the state legislature for the matching component of this grant. The grant asks that a formal commitment be made and remit with the grant application, Although the grant was already submitted, it was stated that the city and county would execute a formal commitment, which would be this IGA. The IGA provides that the commitment and allows the city and the county to continue to work together on the future grant applications for the same purpose. In addition, ADOT applied for a congressional directed spending grant for $20 million. And the county was also awarded $5 million from AZ Smart Grant for the design portion. The IGA also allows collaboration between the city and the county to begin the right-of-way acquisition process for the connector road. This has already been discussed with ADOT, and they agree that the city and the county could get ahead and begin the acquisition process. The city and the county doing the right-of-way acquisition would save approximately 7 months in our timeline that we have projected for the completion of this project. Something that ADOT would obviously, if they would take that on, would take longer. Both the city and the county agreed that they would continue to partner with ADOT, who is currently leading the effort, and federal agencies to complete the connector road project. If these efforts prove not to be successful, the city and the county, to the financial means available and to then county standards, will combine efforts to complete the connector road project. This commitment was also requested by the GSA to be included in the donation acceptance agreement language.
Thank you, Mr. Pedrosa. I have a motion regarding the resolution, please.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, please, Mr. Shelton.
I move the mayor and council approve resolution number 24-1645.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion by Mr. Shelton, second by Mr. Valmenegro to approve resolution number 24-1645. Any questions or comments, please? I'd like to take the opportunity to commend staff again, for being proactive and making sure that we get ahead of the game. Even though the new port of entry is scheduled to open in 2028, we're at crunch time here in 2024. So it's important that we have these partnerships that we have. It's a delicate situation somewhat because it's in the county, but county understands it's going to be the city. And so we're working together to make sure that this happens. This MPDG grant that Mr. Pedrosa mentioned earlier is a key to closing the funding for the connector road. And so we need to get this done because we're expecting to hear on that grant either this month or early next month to help with the connector road. And again, we're doing all this so zero local funds get spent on the project. So, anyone else? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Councilmember Shelton.
Yes.
Member Valmenegro.
Yes.
Member Richard.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Morales.
Yes.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes, motion carries. Item number 9M, discussion decision on resolution number 24-1646. A resolution of the mayor and council of the city of Douglas, Cochise County, Arizona, authorizing a scope of work for engineering design services from Stantec Consulting Services in the amount of $900,966 for engineering design for the westward expansion wastewater crossing of Whitewater Draw, and authorizing the city manager to execute all necessary documents. Ms. Moore, please.
Mayor, members of the city council. So this is a continuation of our project to extend utilities to the west, to the expansion area. This particular design by Stantec, and we have Stantec working on other pieces of the design, will cover the Whitewater Draw crossing. This crossing is particularly difficult because it is in a FEMA floodplain, and we have to bridge that with the wastewater line. So the likelihood is there's going to be a utility bridge created to carry this wastewater line across the river area. This will include the ADEQ, APP expansion permit, the ADOT permit from U.S. Army Corps of Engineers across waters of the U.S., as well as the Cochise County permit for floodplain. This was requested specifically by NADBank. We had approved a previous scope of work for Stantec to design utilities. out to the west toward our expansion area. And NADBank wanted to see the connection between the westward expansion and our wastewater plant. And so this will make that connection. And with that, I will take any questions you might have.
Thank you, Ms. Moore. May I have a motion regarding the resolution, please?
Mayor,
Yes, please, Mr. Baldonado.
I move the mayor and council approve resolution number 24-1646.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion by Mr. Baldonado, second by Mr. Shelton to approve resolution number 24-1646. Any questions or comments? Again, pushing forward. Appreciate that. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Shelton?
Yes.
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 Yes, motion carries. Item number 9N, new flag design. This will give us an update on where we're at with our flag design. Mr. Pedroso, are you taking this?
Mr. Mayor, thank you. I will like to call Ms. Nikki De La Torre. She has been working diligently on this design, gathering input from many different areas. And I'd like for her to present the concept and talk about how the design came about.
Thank you, Ms. De La Torre. Appreciate it, and I appreciate your innovation. So walk us through.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor and council members. So I'd like to start off by saying that Douglas has never had its own flag before, and as your Mayor Donald Hewish has wanted to leave a legacy for the city. So our team reached out to the high schools around town and offered an incentive to make design for the flag. And we had a high school student from the Douglas High School art class submit a concept that we heavily took inspiration from. This proposed flag design celebrates Douglas's rich cultural heritage, its natural landscape, and enduring community values. Usually, using intricate symbols, we are honoring the history, geography, and spirit of the city and its people. Okay. So we are representing our border. In the outermost circle, we can see the lines that progressively get smaller and more open, symbolizing the border we share with Agua Prieta. And so just to let you guys know that I'm going to be starting from the outside of the circle, working the way in towards the center in a clockwise fashion. So if you have any questions at the end, I'll gladly take them. So this element in the design represents the community's sense of unity and connection with our neighboring city, Agua Prieta. In the outer circle, we will see symbols directly after the border, representing some of the values that we hold dear in our community. Starting off in the bottom corner, you can see the family. That's emblematic of the community's strong family values, and the close-knit bonds cherished by Douglas residents. We also have water droplets that symbolize the transformative rains which bring life to the vegetation and uplift community spirits. We also have a creosote bush. It is a symbol of resilience as it thrives in harsh desert conditions. It represents the strength and endurance of Douglas community. This plant emits a distinct scent before rains fall, capturing the nostalgia and local knowledge of the region's monsoon season. It is a huge part of Douglas's heritage. In the outer circle, we'll see a pine tree symbol, which represents native plant life and symbolizes growth, continuity, and the deep-rooted heritage of the Douglas community. We have our local trees. There is a Douglas fir, and there is also a ponderosa pine. We also have a big mountain symbolizing it is the embodiment of abundance and prosperity in the Native American cultural tradition. This symbol represents Douglas's collective strength and communal spirit, and the natural beauty that defines the city's landscape. We have our bulldog as the mascot of the Douglas High School. The bulldog is a symbol of community pride, representing loyalty and tradition under the motto, "Once a bulldog, always a bulldog." We also have our copper pick, which is a homage to the second oldest rivalry in the nation, commemorated by the pick game against Bisbee High School. which is celebrated on one of the nation's oldest fields. And we also have a guitar/music note. Those are kind of intertwined, and it represents the role of music in uniting the community through song and dance, reflecting the joy and cultural vibrancy shared in Douglas. In the inner circle, you'll see that our flag features 8 alternating black and white dots. These dots represent day and night, symbolizing time in the Native American tradition. This detail honors Douglas's resilience and longevity over time. At the heart of the flag, the central circle presents symbols that illustrate the foundations and distinctive achievements of Douglas. Our smelter smokestacks. In the early 1900s, Douglas, Arizona was home to 2 copper smelters that played a central role in the city's economy. The first was the Calumet and Arizona smelter. It was built in 1902 and became a key competitor to the Phelps Dodge Corporation. The second, the Copper Queen smelter, operated from 1904 until 1931. And in 1931, Phelps Dodge acquired the Calumet and Arizona Company and renamed the smelter to the Douglas Reduction Works, solidifying its place as the town's main industry. The smokestacks of this historic smelter, symbols of Douglas's industrial heritage. Those were dismantled in 1991. We also have symbols for our ranching heritage. There is a cow, lamb, and chicken together, and they represent our city's ranching heritage and ongoing agricultural contributions. We also have a military helmet, which honors the deep respect for military service and strong presence of veterans within our community. An airplane outline of the Amy Trojan A2 model manufactured at the Bisbee Douglas International Airport symbolizes Douglas's rich aviation history. Notably, Douglas was home to the first international airport in the United States, highlighting its unique role in connecting communities across borders and advancing early aviation. We also have a baseball player, which commemorates the remarkable achievement in the 1958 Douglas Copper Kings, who made baseball history with a record-breaking game in which every starting player hit a home run. This incredible feat not only showcased the talent of Douglas's players, but also cemented a proud and rich baseball heritage for the city. And below, we have D Hill, which symbolizes its position below all of these symbols, and it is a distinctive geographical landmark that signifies community identity and lights up nightly using solar power lights thanks to the community pride led by the Rotary Club. And at the center of the crest, we have a globe encircled by a sun. This circle with lines represents happiness in the Native American tradition, mirroring the joy Douglas residents experience in their shared community life. And inside the globe, you'll see 2 arrows signifying our role in global trade, emphasizing cross-border relations and trade with Mexico. The arrows are in the current colors of the city, further symbolizing Douglas's unique identity and pride. And at the center, we have our Purple Heart, marking Douglas and honoring our status as a Purple Heart community. This flag is a visual narrative of Douglas's unique heritage, values, and enduring community ties, encapsulating both history and hope in its carefully chosen symbols. And here we have some credits, to the Douglas High School student Yucaret Olivas, as well as Carlos Valdez and myself. And we would love to hear your feedback. So if you guys feel free to take a picture or do the survey later on. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. De La Torre.
Thank you. Great job.
Any questions or comments or input by council?
Yes.
Yes, please, Mr. Shelton.
Maybe I should ask Mr. Baldonegro, because I think you have the same idea I did. There's one other thing that Douglas had, and what was it?
We had a training that was the gateway to the west, and our fountains was where everybody in, I guess, in the early 30s met that for the first time there was love in the air, and I guess that was how people got to meet soldiers on the way out to California.
Sunset Limited.
Yeah, Gateway to the West. I think the train should be there. I don't know, I just feel that,
Somewhere.
yes, I just feel that this is a great picture, but I feel that the Indian sun should be on the outside with the whole Douglas, because a lot of people don't know where Douglas is at. And by placing the United States and then the whole geographic of it, the state of United States bigger and putting in the timeline the way you have it in sight, like it is, it's just with the sun out. That's my opinion, but with the train in the bottom. Coming through Douglas and the smelter stacks on top with the little Gaston Hotel and a little fountain on the side, but that's my opinion. But
And it was sort of funny. I had the same, when did you talk to Anna about it? Yeah?
Tuesday,
Tuesday, and today, I came out with the same idea, so, you know. Cause it was a Sunset Limited that came all the way from Miami, Florida to LA. They came right through here.
Yes.
And here's another little historical fact. My father-in-law was the watchkeeper, and they relied on my father-in-law to make sure that all the clocks on the train was, they were right on time between LA and somewhere in Dallas or wherever it went. So.
Thank you, great input, appreciate that. Anyone else?
well, you wanted the penny, Mayor?
Yeah.
Talk to us about the penny.
Well, one of my thoughts was also to include this copper penny that we have. It's hard to see on the handout sheets, but again, just wanted to throw ideas out there to see how we can incorporate and see how it looked, but Nikki's done a fantastic job with Carlos bouncing ideas off, and Carlos should have seen the steam coming out of that front office. And they're doing all this. It's beyond my comprehension and how those design minds work. Any other input? But again, please take that survey if you have any other things that you want to do. I think this encapsulates the gist of our community. It's something that I've been thinking about for a while to develop a city flag, and I think it shows our pride, and I appreciate that input. That's great input to have, and we'll put the smart minds to work and see how we can incorporate some of those things and see how they look. And we hope to present this to get it finalized, and we'll have a special meeting scheduled for the 4th of December, but hopefully we can nail it down and get it started.
One
Yes,
more
Mr.
question.
Baldwin.
What color would the flag be?
That's been up for discussion. Nikki's worked on some patterns to try to incorporate our city colors in there, and we gotta see how it fits and everything, but they'll figure it out and we'll see. But if you have any other color suggestions, please make them. Okay, thank you very much. We'll move on to item I think I know we can have an approval on this item, but I think what we'd like to direct staff to go forward with these comments and keep designing and finishing up. I think we're 95% there. So I think that's fantastic. Unless the council doesn't like that. You ready to go, Jennifer? Turn off the lights. Okay, so we'll just direct staff to move forward with those suggestions that were made and taking into account any surveys that will come in from the QR code, and we'll go from there.
Mr. Mayor, and if I could ask, do we have the survey on our website? Nikki? Is that survey on our website as well? It will be added to our website. Okay, so you can find it there, douglasaz.gov.
Thank you. Item number 10, city manager reports. Luis, are you covering that? Mr. Pedrosa, please.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. First, I'd like to make a clarification point, Mr. Mayor. On item 7D of the consent agenda in the agenda, it reads as Gordian Construction Contract. It should actually be Skyline Builders and Restoration. It's listed like that correctly inside your packets, but not on the agenda name. So for the record, I just wanted to make that clarification point.
Mr. Pedrosa, that didn't change any of the values or anything like that?
No, all the values are correct. Mr. Mayor, I also wanted to just acknowledge Ms. Elise Moore, our Public Works Director, City Engineer. This will be her last meeting with the City of Douglas. She will be leaving us. Friday will be her last day. She was with the city 2 years, contributed greatly to our progress towards all the many projects in public works, especially the port of entry. So I just want to thank Ms. Moore for all the contributions and all the service that she gave to the residents of Douglas. So thank you for that.
And just for the record, she's not leaving us because she doesn't like us. Family situation that she needs to attend to. That's great.
Mr. Mayor, on to our community calendar. We have a lot going on, obviously during these months. This weekend is our inaugural Pacheria gravel bike race on Geronimo Trail and around downtown Douglas. Excellent community participation. It'll be an international event with at least 23 riders registered from Mexico. A documentary will be produced to feature the race and highlighting Douglas. So we are looking at this Saturday, November 16th, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. The start and finish at the Border Air Museum. We also have a community mural project that'll be November 15th. Mural celebration on November 16th. It'll be from 12 to 4 p.m. Thursday and Friday. Mural. See if I can get this corrected. And Mayor and Council, you all have flyers there at your stations. We also have flyers here at this table that the public can take. Thank you. Again, it'll be 12 to 4 p.m. Thursday and Friday, and the community helps paint the water themed mural located at the Douglas Public Library. The artist is known as Nuzo. I hope I pronounced that right. It's all in capital letters, N-N-U-Z-Z-O. We have our Christmas tree lighting and light parade, November 30th. Our theme is a Candy Wonderland. Tree lighting ceremony starts at 5:30 p.m. with carol singing, followed by tree lighting at 6:15. The light parade will start at 7 p.m. Next week, we invite you to join us for the National Fitness Campaign launch ceremony. That'll be November 20th at 10 a.m. at Veterans Memorial Park. That is just adjacent to the outdoor swimming pool there. So we're very excited to present that piece of equipment to the community for their use. We have new aquatic center hours Monday through Friday, 5 to 8 a.m. and 4 to 7 p.m. Saturday, 7 to 10 a.m. We will do a Thanksgiving closure. We'll close on the 28th. And the 29th, which is the Thursday and Friday in observance of Thanksgiving. At the library, we're also full of events. Fall paint night for adults on November 15 at 5 p.m. Need advanced registration at the circulation desk. Crafternoon for teens and adults, November 18th from 2 to 5 p.m. The theme is Thanksgiving Arts and Crafts. Book club meets. That's November 19th at 6 p.m. The title is Antoine de Saint-Exupéry's The Little Prince. We also have STEAM Club, Recipe for Success, ages is 6 to 17, November 20th at 3 p.m. The theme is also Thanksgiving. Preschool Story Hour, November 21 at 11 a.m. Theme is Thanksgiving. Brain Break for all ages, November 25th, 2 to 5 p.m. The activity will be board games, and Chess Club meets November 26th at 3:30 p.m. And the sponsor for that is Cochise Chess. And as the mayor mentioned earlier, we are under construction at City Hall, council chambers. Therefore, we're hosting this meeting here. We still don't have a firm time frame, but we hope to be back at our next regular meeting in December in our newly renovated council chambers. But we'll keep the public posted on that. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Pedrosa. Item number 11, informational items and reports from council on future agenda item requests. Anyone from the council, please? Hearing none. Item number 12, adjournment. May I have a motion to adjourn?
Mayor,
Yes, please, Ms. Morales.
I move to adjourn our regular meeting.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion by Mrs. Morales, second by Mr. Shelton to adjourn our meeting. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed by nay? The ayes have it. We stand adjourned at 7:20 p.m.
Good evening, Dennis. Thank you.
All right, have a nice evening.
Happy Thanksgiving, Dennis.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving, Dennis.